Hello and welcome, Stove Minders, to off-season baseball. The past 2 weeks have been scorching hot as far as the proverbial hot stove is concerned, boiling over yesterday, January 26th, but today is January 27th, Wednesday, and I will have to spread out the day's developments into multiple editions. That's how much happened, and that's skipping over the cowardice of the Baseball Writers Association of America. Great news for us hitters because the batters market finally got going, and boy, did it. Talking Cesar Hernandez back to the Indians, Freddie Galvis to the Orioles, and now for some real talk, Tommy La Stella to the Giants, though not yet finalized. Wilson Ramos to the Tigers, and Drelton Simmons to the Twins, and Marcus Semien to the Blue Jays, and of course, JT Realmuto re-signing with the Philadelphia Phillies, all in a day's work on the stove. So this episode I'm going to talk Realmuto and the Phillies situation, since that was the biggest contract tendered at 5 years and $115.5 million. And in the next episode I'm going to talk Simmons, Semien, and just going to wrap a couple other things up. And hopefully we get some money on that La Stella deal, because I want to talk about that too. So, Jacob Tyler Realmuto is the rare breed of backstop that can do it all. The man's a walking tool shed with 2 silver sluggers and a gold glove on, 2-time All-Star in 7 seasons, with all those honors coming in the past 3 years alone. A career slash, again, 7 years, 278, 328, 455. Okay, a cut above the rest at an OPS plus of 111. Not amazing, but I want to highlight the last 3 seasons. Those numbers in the slash, batting average, on base, and slugging, very similar to career averages, with a little rise in power number thanks to the new balls. And hey, consistency is golden in this business. And Realmuto is a darn good hitter. As a catcher, you might not like the -5 defensive runs saved in his career, although that rounds out to less than 1 per year. And if you look at his 2019 Gold Glove campaign, when he was plus 12 in that department, while throwing out a major league leading 47% of would-be base thieves, Realmuto has a great arm for sure. 36% caught stealing rate for his career versus 27% league average in that same span. And let's talk frames, because according to the nerds over there at StatCast, Realmuto was in the 95th percentile in framing last season. A lot of goodness at a position where that sort of all-around quality is rare. Thus, the man who was drafted out of high school of Midwest City, Oklahoma, is officially paid to the tune of $23.1 million a year on average. Here's the breakdown. $23.875 million a year from years 2 through 5 of this contract, so 2022 to 2025. This upcoming season, with the Phillies having said that they're in a sticky situation financially, JT has agreed to defer half of his $20 million owed for 2021, which is to be paid out after this contract expires. In 2026 and 27, he will make $5 million a year, courtesy of the Phillies. Their luxury tax payroll is marked at a little under $180 million, high but with $30 million in breathing room. Realmuto was Philadelphia's top priority. They tried to extend him during the season, but he smartly waited out. And when the Phillies hired decorated executive Dave Dombrowski to head their front office, you could start to hear the money coming. This was the guy who gave David Price 7 years, $217 million prior to 2016 with the Red Sox. Not to mention all the trades he pulled there, like Chris Sale, Craig Kimbrell, JD Martinez. He's a dealer, a maverick, a madman among monkeys in suits. And if this is what the Phillies wanted, well, they got it. However, is the Philadelphia Ball Club one piece away from contention? No. Their offense has been better on paper than in reality, falling around the middle of the pack among NL teams in key statistical categories. Yes, there's a lot of potential when you have Realmuto and Bryce Harper, who sidebar here. By the way, Harper was a strong proponent of re-signing Realmuto during the season and after. That's a guy who signed a $300 bajillion million contract. He probably has a lot to say in what things go down. And while I respect Harper tremendously as a baseball player, he's one of the best in the game, the front office kind of acquiesced to his demands here just to bring back his buddy. Kind of ignoring some of the other needs on the team. But even with what they do have, as I was saying, okay, yeah, you got Realmuto, Bryce Harper, you got Alec Boehm, you got Rhys Hoskins. But when veterans like Andrew McCutchen and Gene Segura play like average, and core players like Scott Kingery hit 159, you're not going to score enough to win games. And hey, Realmuto was worth about 4+ wins above replacement per year pre-2020. But then there's the pitching. My God, the Phillies pitching staff was collectively the second worst in the National League in ERA and hits allowed last year. Hey, I like Aaron Nola. I even like Zach Wheeler, even though he's overpaid. Note, the wheels were spinning in 2020. He had a good year. Shut down the haters. But the Phillies also lost Jake Arrieta, and they have little else to go for them in the rotation. Their bullpen is full of dog shit, so they signed Archie Bradley. I mean, long story short, there are too many potholes on the proverbial roads of Philly for one guy to fill. And the Phillies have a sub-500 record over the past 2 seasons, which is ever since they acquired Realmuto for a package of prospects. This is not so much an addition as an affirmation of the status quo, and the status quo has been mediocre in Philly. I feel like this deal was all about saving face, which is just, it's like an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, all of it. What a joke. Yeah, that's the reason a lot of people don't like this signing, which sucks, because Realmuto is legitimately a great baseball player. If you want to argue his particular worth, compare him to Buster Posey or Joe Mauer when they signed their big extensions. He's in that upper echelon, though. He's in that conversation. And yeah, Realmuto is turning 30 years old in March. Signed till he's 35, making $24 million a year. With Bryce Harper in full, they're going to be making like $60 million a year together on average. Oof. How will this contract age? Can the Phillies actually make the postseason with him and Bryce Harper? Guess we'll have to fuck around and find out.